Okay, let's do speaking practice, shall we, Miss Trâm? Your exam is coming in 2 weeks, and I can't wait to tell you that I am also worried for you. Look, whenever my students take exam, I am even more worried than they are, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how it is. Now let's do part 1 topics. I want you to try the topic of part 1 called where is it? Happy things. Let's try that. Những thứ hạnh phúc vui vẻ, happy things. So is there anything that makes you feel happy lately?
Yeah, actually, I had some I had something new that made me feel happy. For example, I just had a good deal with my new car. So it's the even though it's a used car, it was in a good condition. So it made my day with such a good car, and because I haven't used a car for traveling for a long time before, so by owning a car, so it's very easy for me to travel from now on.
Okay, I see. So you like your car then? So what makes you happy when you were little? Mình còn bé thì cái nào làm cho mình hạnh phúc, vui vẻ?
So when I was a child, there were several things which seems like just little that can make me feel happy.
You know,
For
little
example,
things. Just little things.
things.
It doesn't have to be something big, you know.
Yeah. Just for example, when I watch a cartoon on TV and which came with a happy ending, so it can make me feel delight. And moreover, sometimes my mom made me
Mother.
my mother made me my favorite meal. It can make me feel I delight also. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think will make you feel happy in the future?
So yeah, in this modern era, in the future, we have to uh, uh, consider or think about what are we gonna do to make a living. So maybe in future something
In the future.
So in the future something related to work promotions or salary increase can make me happy, can satisfy my happiness. I think so.
So when do you feel happy at work and why? Or do you ever feel happy at work at all?
Yeah, at work sometimes we feel overwhelmed and overloaded and stressed. However,
It's better to
sometimes
say
we
overwhelmed, you know. Overloaded means like you load something too much. Giống như load hàng mà nó giống như nhồi nhét cho lắm vô, nó gọi là overloaded. When you load something into a box, for example, when you try to load more than it should, it is overload. But I think in this situation you should say overwhelmed. Cảm thấy bị dội quá, cảm thấy bị ngợp quá luôn. Feel overwhelmed with work, I think.
Yeah. So although at work, sometimes I find it overwhelmed and exhausted. However, I often have happiness time while I chit chat with my coworkers, and also sometimes I meet my regular customer who are very nice and kind that make me feel good.
All right. So it's actually the customer. It's actually the customer that makes your day sometimes.
Yeah.
I see. So do you feel happy when buying new things?
Yeah, you know, people often have the feeling of curiosity and happiness when they have new things. And me also. For example, when I have a new laptop, a new phone, and so I feel I'm in the sky, and I yeah use that use these things all day. So owning a new thing can make me feel full of energy,
Okay.
and maybe it's a motivation for me to achieve something to get another thing new.
Okay. Right. What do you mean? Like when you achieve something, you want to get another thing new, right? It's a motivation,
Yeah.
so you buy more and more and more, no?
Yeah.
Động lực để mua nhiều hơn. This is consumerism, đó là chủ nghĩa tiêu dùng nè. Cứ có tiền là tiêu. It's a consumerism. Whenever you have money, you buy, keep on buying and buying and buying. That is consumerism, you know. Very bad.
Yeah.
Very bad for the environment. Very bad for your bank account balance too. Rất là tệ cho cái trương mục, cho cái khoản trong ngân hàng, và rất tệ cho môi trường nữa. Because you know, the more thing you buy, the more trash.
Mình phải kích thích kinh tế nha.
Oh, really? Well, if you want to think it that way, why not? Okay, so let's do one more part. One. So let's do 55 then. Do you like sports, and what sports do you like?
Okay. Yes. I'm a big fan of sport, especially martial sport.
Martial sport? You mean martial art?
Martial.
Võ
Yeah.
thuật, martial arts.
Yeah.
Võ thuật,
Martial art.
martial
Yeah.
arts.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of sport, especially sports related to martial arts. Because it's with while watching some players performing martial arts, I feel like it's very impressive for me.
Okay, this feels very impressive for you. Okay, good. Anything else?
Hết biết nói rồi đang.
Alright, so where do you learn how to do it? Học ở đâu vậy?
Actually,
yes.
Yeah. Actually, when I was a student, university student, sometimes I have spare time. I would like to learn something new, so I decided to learn martial arts. And fortunately, my friend was a member of a martial arts club. So she introduced me to her teacher, her trainers. So yeah, I had a chance to learn this sport, learn this type of sport.
Okay.
And yeah.
And there.
And the club and the sports room was located just nearby my apartment. So I went there like 3 times a week.
I see. Okay, I see. So, did you learn sports when you were a child?
To be honest, when I was a child, I was not allowed to learn sports. Because traditionally my mother she didn't like girls who like do something like
Who does some girls who do something
to do like
too strong like what boys should do,
too
right?
strong, yeah.
Cái đó là
As the
sexism á,
boys
phân
do.
biệt đối xử giới tính.
Yeah.
That is sexism.
Yeah. So because my mother she thought that girls had better to be like feminine, to be feminine, and soft, and do something like girly, for example, playing dolls and cooking and cleaning house, something like that. So my mom didn't allow me to learn any sport. My mother didn't allow me to learn playing sport.
Okay, so do you think so basically why is sports important? Do you think students need more exercise? Or they just sit all day and then study all the time, just like me and Miss Trâm?
No. Yeah, in my opinion, sports play an important role to people's health. Because by doing sports, by playing sports, people can get to like exercise, and it can stimulate the like circulation, breathing or something like that. So it can like boost their health, boost their immune system.
Their immune system, and their health, their mood, things like that.
Yeah, their mood, yes. And also, playing sport can give players a chance to like make friends. For example, like let's think about like teamwork sport. For example, soccer.
Football,
or
like
like
football,
yeah, football or volleyball or baseball. You have to like collaborate or play together with your team members. So yeah, it's a good time to enjoy the sport together. And so like I said, sport is very important. So I think students need to exercise more nowadays, because it's easy to see that students spend much time on studying. So I think exercising
spend a lot of time on studying. Much với many thường dùng cho văn viết, nhưng mà cho văn nói cái lot of thì cho nó thoải mái.
Yeah.
Spoken language you can just use like a lot of time, or lots of time.
A lot of time. Okay. So students spend a lot of time studying, so exercising can help them to relax and recharge their energy for like studying, and also can strengthen their social relationship.
I see. Right. Do you enjoy watching sports on TV? Why not?
Yeah. For me, watching sport on TV is one of my favorite
activity.
When I yeah, favorite activity. Yeah, because I often watch TV with my parents, so watching sports is a good chance for me to talk with my parents by
Okay.
like uh, talking about like players or argue about like something weird or something like impressive related to like players in the matches and yeah
And
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 yeah and also watching sport on TV can give me a feeling of energy because by watching them playing I can feel that I also live
that moment.
in that moment.
I see. Have you been able to watch? Have you been able to? Have you ever been to watch a live sports event, like for example in the stadium? Why? Why not?
Yeah, I had a chance to watch a football match when I was a child, and I went there with my father, coming to the um, city stadium, and I was impressed by the crowd because I had never been to such place with a lot of people like that, and during the football match, a lot of people screaming and support their favorite team. That make me feel like um, you know excited. So yeah, so it's the like a good moment with my father watching a live sport event.
Event. Okay, good.
Event.
So, is there a sport event? Event nhấn âm 2. Còn cái chữ event nó nhấn
Yeah,
âm đầu, không có t cuối nha.
yeah, yeah.
Is there a sport event you might like to watch in the future? Why not?
Yes. Yeah. I wish I could have a chance to watch an MMA match, but in person in the future because, like I said, I'm a big fan of sport, especially like the những môn mà đối kháng là gì anh? Countering.
Đối kháng, thể thao đối kháng.
Yeah.
I think combat. It's combative. I think combative.
Yeah, không nhớ.
Let me check this word.
Nhớ lắm. Yeah.
Well, I think combative. Tâm trạng muốn quánh lộn. Combative mood. Maybe combative sport, maybe. Thể thao đối kháng. Let me just look at that.
Combat sport.
I think combat sport.
Yeah.
Moment. Maybe I should just check. Combat sport, exactly. I was like, okay, good. It was combat sport.
Yeah. So yeah. If I have a chance, I wish I could have. I could attend an MMA match in person because I'm a big fan of sport, especially like combat sport. So So so
So I usually
and
combat with my boss.
and also during the that sport event, like I like the
Yes, what do you like?
I like the cái environment,
I like the
cái
environment.
đâu, cái không khí là gì? Ambition. No,
Cái không khí là cái the vibe.
The vibe.
The atmosphere.
Yeah, I like the vibe. Atmosphere.
The atmosphere. The vibe.
So I like the vibe and atmosphere during the event. People screaming, support, and you know, maybe like swear when.
Of course, in sport, people always swear. It's a normal
when
thing.
their favorite players lose, something like that. So yeah, it's so impressive.
I see. Right. Okay, good. That's good for part 1. Let's go to part 2 and part 3 now.
Mới bắt one thôi.
He. Since we already talked about sport, let's do 33 then. It's very much related to the same topic, sport. Describe a live sport event you watched before. Miêu tả một sự kiện thể thao live mà bạn đã coi trước đây. You should say when it happened, where it took place, who you watched it with, and explain how you felt about the experience. Cái trải nghiệm mà coi live như thế nào. And in part 3 of sport event, do you prefer to watch live sports or watch it on TV? Bạn thích coi thể thao live sống luôn hay là coi trên TV? Why do some people like to watch live sports? Tại sao một số người họ thích coi thể thao mà coi live luôn? Không chịu coi trên TV đâu, không chịu coi ghi hình lại đâu. They don't want to watch like, you know, recorded footage. Cái footage, recorded footage. Nó gọi là bản ghi lại, bản ghi hình lại, hoặc là âm thanh lại. Recorded footage. So, what kinds of sport do Vietnamese people like to watch? And do you think competition is good for students? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng sự cạnh tranh hay là những cuộc thi, cái này có hai nghĩa nha, một sự là sự cạnh tranh hay là cái cuộc thi. Do you think competition is good for students? Sự cạnh tranh có giúp ích gì cho sinh viên học sinh không? Hay là các cuộc thi có giúp ích gì cho sinh viên học sinh không? Or you have some time to think about this one now. Okay, please describe a live sport event you watched before.
So when it comes to a live sport event I watched before, I would like to talk about a live football match I watched with my father when I was 7 years old, and it took place at my city stadium, and in the summer of my second year in primary school, and and during first at the beginning I didn't like watching sports because because of the hot weather in summer, so I didn't like to going out. But when I came inside the stadium and watched the players playing game, I felt so excited because of the atmosphere right there, the fan support and encourage their favorite team and and the moment when the winner team like awarded their like cup, so it's very impressive for me because I have been never in such a live event like that.
All right, good. Let's go to part 3 of sport event now. Do you prefer to watch live sports or watch it on TV?
Yeah, so I have chance to watch live sport and watch uh, it's on TV also. And in my opinion, I I am inclined to watching sports on TV because of two main reasons. Firstly, live sports. The ticket for watching live sports is not cheap, so I rather watch it on TV than spend money on buying tickets like that. And also watching sport, is um, the live sport event um, is affected by like weather. Sometimes live sport
You mean
events
affected
take
by the
place.
weather?
Yes, affected by the weather, because sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's like hot, something like that. So what like sitting in the stadium is not good for me I I would like to like enjoy the TV program in the comfortable environment. So watching live sport is not a good choice for me. And moreover, watching it on TV is more convenient. I can watch it whenever I want.
Right,
So
okay, but why do some people like to watch live sports then? This is not about you, it's about
yeah,
people.
yes. So in my opinion, some people who prefer watching live sport because they are a big fan of sport. Like some supporter, they are they always uh, they always buy tickets um, in every matches that their favorite team attend. So by doing that, they can like support their team, their favorite team, and also they like the vibe in like stadium. So it's a good chance to like to enjoy the matches and
And
yeah, and sometimes like attending live sport matches is
Is this right when
you
Trent
can people can have opinion opportunities uh, to go on screen. For example, sometimes like in the break, the cameraman like will show the audiences sitting on the line of seat, and so these people can go on the screen, and everyone, every audiences, every viewer can like see them on TV.
okay. Right, so what kinds of sports do Vietnamese people like to watch? It's not always about football, you know. Try to think. It's not always about football.
Yeah. So yeah, nowadays is Vietnamese people they they like to watch videos kinds of sports. For example, football is a standout example because it's
Yes. According to what?
It's a national sport. Like everyone knows about the football. So besides some sports are popular right now, like swimming, which swimming and what else? Có gì nữa không ta? Nghĩ được swimming. Volleyball or something like that.
Alright, let's try something else. Do you think competition is good for students?
So yeah, in my opinion, competitions is a good chance for students to better themselves, because like through this competition, a student have to like better themselves to train, to practice more, to be good enough to beat their rivals or opponents. So by doing that, students can improve their skills or knowledge and the physical conditions, and overall competition can encourage people, especially students, to
yes.
To learn the teamwork,
Okay.
teamworking skill. For example, football competition, by attending the football team, they have to learn how to understand team members, how to collaborate together. So they can learn essential or important social skills.
Okay, good. That's the 33. Let's move on to something a bit more challenging, shall we? What's the problem? Okay, let's do 36. 36. Describe a time when you got close to animals. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn đã lại gần với động vật. You should say where you were, what the animals were doing. Lúc đó mấy con động vật đã đang làm cái gì. Who were with you, and explain what your reaction was. Cái phản ứng của mình lúc đó khi nào khi nhìn thấy con đó. And then you have part 3 of wild animals, cái động vật hoang dã. What are the differences between animals in zoos and those in the wild? Có sự khác biệt gì giữa những con động vật trong sở thú và những con ở ngoài tự nhiên không? There's a lot of differences, you know. Think about the way they live. Do they have freedom? Are they well fed? Do they receive health treatment in case they are sick? Are they always in danger? Something like that, you know. Why should the staff in the zoos teach the public about animals? Tại sao nhân viên trong sở thú luôn nên dạy cho quần chúng về động vật? Why are people keen on feeding zoos animals even though it is forbidden to do so? Tại sao con người ta rất khoái mà chăm ăn cho mấy con động vật nó ăn, mặc dù là điều này là bị cấm nha, không cho làm tại vì nguy hiểm. Because it's actually dangerous because you don't want to hurt yourself. And how can the increase of the human population influence wild animals? Cái sự gia tăng của quần thể con người ảnh hưởng gì đến động vật hoang dã? Okay, so basically you should focus on this one. Okay, please describe a time when you got close to animals.
So, a time when I
Got close to?
I got close to animals was when I a child, because of my good performance in class. So I was rewarded with a zoo visit. It was at a local zoo in my city, and it's the first time I can get in touch with an elephant. And I went there.
It was the
with
first time I could, tại quá khứ của Ken. Was the first time I
could get in touch with an elephant, and I went there with my parents, and my parents bought me a ticket to like play with this animal. And at the beginning, I felt so scared and nervous because of the giant elephant. But with the encouraging words by my parents, I feel calm. And also the elephant, he looked like calm and wasn't aggressive. So I can like I was brave enough to like climb on his back, and I had a trip around the zoo on the elephant's back, and it was an impressive moment because I had never been get too close to any animals like that.
Okay. What are the differences between animals in zoos and those in the wild?
So in my opinion, there are a variety of differences between animals who live in the zoos and in the wild. The first thing is that the animals living in the zoos, they are fed by people with synthetic food.
Synthetic food.
Synthetic food. In contrast, the animals living in the wild, they have to find the food by themselves. For example, the tiger.
Fresh. Yeah, they have to find fresh prey.
Fresh prey.
Những con mồi tươi mới. They have to find fresh preys by themselves, right?
Fresh prey, yeah. For example, the tiger in the forest, they have to chase the rabbit or the buffalo to get the food they want for surviving, something like that. And also another thing is that the animal in the zoo, I can see the animals living in the zoo, they always look tired and bored, because
tired and bored, just like my cats.
Because they are kept in a limited area or cages, so it can make them not comfortable as the moment when they live in the wild.
Nó là wild, tại vì y ngắn L. I với L là wild. Y ngắn R cũng vậy nha. Y ngắn R là I với lại R thì là ire. Ví dụ desire.
Void. Void.
Nó là wild. I với O á. I với O á.
Wild.
So
In the wild.
Wild. Còn cái này là wire nè, cái này là wire nè, wire. Còn một cái là wild.
Wild.
Tại vì sao? I với lại O, I với L thì là IO, thì là wild thôi. In the wild. Thì y dài L cũng như vậy. Y dài là I là Y, YL thì là wild luôn, cho nên chữ style á.
Style.
The style, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So why should the staff in the zoos teach the public about animals?
Yes, it's important to teach the public about animals by the staff in the zoos, because nowadays some many visitors, they have
many visitors.
Many visitors, they treat the animals who live in the zoos in a bad manners. I mean, for example, when people come to the zoo, they usually poke the animals, or they throw their old food into the cages in order to see what animal will react, or whether or not they eat the people's food or something like that. So it's risky for the animals in the zoos, because sometimes the food is they are harmful to these animals, or also they by the bad behavior from visitors, they can make the animals in the zoos become aggressive, and moreover, sometimes people throw their trash or their garbage into the area where the animals live, so it can this is bad for animals living there. So teaching the public about how to behave, how to treat animals, and how to keep the living environment of these animals safe is important.
It's really important to keep these animals. It's important phải đứng đằng đầu tiên nha. Put it's important at first. It's important that these animals are kept safe.
Yeah.
Phải để đằng trước. So why are people keen on feeding zoos animals? Oh my god, nhìn cute quá, chắc nó đói lắm. You know, people are often they think that zoos animals are starving and they are miserable, đáng thương hại. They are miserable, so probably that's just a psychology. So what do you think? Why are people keen on feeding zoos animals, even though it is forbidden to do so? Cấm ở nhà.
Even people are not allowed to feed zoo animals. Many visitors keen on feeding them because of their curiosity. I mean, they want to they desire to know what animal will react when they feed them, and moreover, maybe some people they feel like the zoo animal don't like the food. They are fit from stuck in the zoo, so they maybe they try to give these animals their old food to maybe like to give them a chance to try something new, something like that.
Okay, something like that. It's funny when you say that. All right, so how can the increase of the human population influence wild animals?
So so in my opinion, the rise in the number of people living all over the world can have some negative influences on
Negative influence on
some have some negative influence.
Influence âm đầu, cái chữ influence tiếng âm đầu mà. Influence.
So some negative influence on wild animals. The first one is that the more land people use, the smaller animals' habitat will become. I mean, more people people use the land to build house or like build buildings and facilities for their life. The animals will have to like move to another area to survive. So it can affect their habitat or living environment, and also more people living all over the world. More people living all over the world means more trash and garbage they will throw out to the environment. So it can like cause the air pollution or water pollution that can negatively affect the animals living around there. So because the wild animals, they survive based on the natural resources like water or the air, so it can be harmful for them. And nowadays it's easy to see some kind of animals become extinct. So like I said, the increase in human population can like threat the animals' safety.
Say again?
I mean, like increase of the human population can threat, đe dọa đúng không? The animal safety.
To threaten.
Đe
dọa, to threaten someone or something.
Yeah, so can threat the wider animal
động
safety.
từ threaten. Threat là danh từ, còn threaten mới là động từ. Threatened is a verb.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
That's it.
Okay. Now, okay, it's good enough for 36. Let's move on now. You sure you can still do this?
Yes.
Have to. Okay, let's do 41 then. Describe a time that you gave advice to others. Miêu tả một cái thời điểm mà bạn cho người khác lời khuyên. You should say when it was to whom you gave the advice. Bạn cho lời khuyên đó với ai? Bạn cho ai lời khuyên chứ? what the advice was and explain why you gave the advice. And then you have part 3. Should people prepare? Có chữ re cuối là có âm xoa nhẹ. Prepare. Should people prepare before giving advice? Con người ta có nên chuẩn bị trước khi mà cho lời khuyên hay không? Because you know, these days a lot of people, they just give advices and they do not even think, you know. They don't even think if those advices will harm or would be any good, you know. Nhiều người cho lời khuyên mắc cười lắm luôn á.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else then? Is it good to ask advice from strangers online? Hỏi lời khuyên của những người lạ mặt trên mạng có phải là một điều tốt hay không? What are the personality? Nó còn tùy trường hợp nha. It depends on a lot of cases. You cannot just assume things, you know. Không thể nào cứ coi như là đúng được. You cannot assume things that is not true or not good or it's totally good, you know. Rất hên xui luôn á. Now, what are the personalities of people whose job is to give advice to others? Cái tính cách của những người mà công việc của họ là cho người khác lời khuyên là tính cách gì? What are the problems if you ask too many people for advice? Chính thầy mười mao. Like if you ask, nếu mà hỏi nhiều người lời khuyên quá, mỗi người một ý, you know, everyone has their different opinions. If you ask for advice, you will be overwhelmed with advice and it's harder to make decision, you know. Nó sẽ khó hơn trong chuyện là quyết định. What are the problems? Okay. And then can you give an example of a bad piece of advice? Cho ví dụ một cái lời khuyên rất tệ chẳng hạn. Like people are advised to break up. Sometimes breaking up, it's a good idea, but a lot of the time, you know, if you ask people to break up, it's actually a bad piece of advice, you know. Hên xui thôi. If it's a toxic relationship, then they should probably break up. You know, if it's not worth it. But if it's still worth it, then yes, they should not break up. Okay, you have some time to think now. Okay, describe a time that you gave advice to others, please.
So I used to give advice to my cousin. It was a time when he had finished his first year at university, and he felt overwhelmed and had no idea what he would do in the future, and he was so depressed that he didn't talk to anyone and attend any family activities, and locked himself in his room. And I used to experience that feeling. So I could understand what he thinks, and also he's one of my I consider him one of my best friends. So I wanted to help him to go through this bad time, and I encouraged him.
Encouraged.
So I encouraged him with good words.
Oops, I think I forgot to record the last part. Quân hình như Quân bấm nút record cái phút cuối rồi. Okay, let's do 43 in about a few minutes, okay? Okay, please describe a thing that you bought and you felt pleased about.
The thing I used to bought and feel happy.
Used to buy. Tại vì đằng sau used to thì ta hình động từ nguyên mẫu, nhớ không?
Yes.
The thing I used to buy.
And felt pleased is my mini iPad. Oh. And when I was a freshman, I decided to buy it because I had to I had to learn a lot of online material. So my phone is too small for me. My phone was too small for me to use to read it through the phone screen. So mini iPad was my choice because it's more convenient with its multiple designs and small size. It's more easy for me to carry on, and also it had a huge memory capacity, so I could store more study materials with this iPad.
Okay, good enough, I guess. How often do people in your country go shopping?
So yeah, in my opinion, the fluency of shopping depends on many factors. For example, the first one is the area where people live in. For example, in the remote areas, people usually go shopping like once a month because they have to commute a long distance. So yeah, once a month is the usual fluence for them to go shopping. And in contrast, the people in like the urban areas, they shopping more regularly, like twice or 3 times a week, I think so. And also, the second factor is the amount, that the number of people in their family. For example, the family which is composed of like 5 or 6 people. Maybe they have to go shopping more often than the people which than a family which comprise of fewer member.
Okay. Right. So why is online shopping popular? What do you think?
So yeah, in my opinion, online shopping is prevalent because of its convenience. I mean, consumer can use their phone, laptop, or any technological devices to shop with the help of the online apps. Mm-hmm. So as more and more people nowadays are using like online shopping to consume their the thing that they want to buy.
Okay, good enough. So how should sellers set prices for their products then?
So yeah, so in my opinion, the seller, they decide the prices for their products based on many factors. The first thing is like the cost, because they have to make profits on these products, so they have to like they have to add the they have to add the extra cost into these products, and also the wholesale price.
Okay.
They had to rest on the wholesale price. For example, when the wholesaler sell a bag of rice with $2, the retailers, they have to add the extra cost on this the rice bag, maybe like $1 by $1, so they sell the rice.
Remember that the selling price has to always be at least 3 to 4 times more than the cost that you bought the products with, okay? Ít nhất phải là gấp 3 gấp 4 lần cái giá mình mua nha.
Really?
Tại vì sao? Tại vì nó phải tính rất là nhiều cái vấn đề sau này, ví dụ bị bom hàng chẳng hạn. Because they have to calculate a lot of different factors that can affect your business. Like for example, what will happen if there's a defect, there's a defect in a product, and the customer, they ask for a what's it called? Refund. The customer asks for a refund,
Yes.
And then tiền vận chuyển, phí vận chuyển, delivery fee, the rent, everything. Thường là như vậy, cho nên giảm giá sản phẩm 70% là nó hốt hết, là đúng cái giá đó là để đúng á. So when there's a discount of 70%, that is actually the best price you could ever buy a product for, and you should. But never buy a product when it's not on discount, I think. Do you think online shopping... Sorry?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Do you think online shopping will replace shopping in stores now?
So, in my opinion, online shopping will be prominent in the modern era, because the first reason is convenience. It's easier for consumer to use a phone or laptop or technological devices to shop online, and also online shopping, the purchases is delivered by transportation company, so it's can have the consumer to save time to travel to get to the shop and choosing what they want, so it can save time and money also. And based on the development of technology, many more and more apps appear to facilitate the consumers to shop online.
Okay. What do you think about consumerism then? Is it something that will help humanity?
So, in my opinion, consumerism has some effects on several aspects of our life. speaking of economy.
The
Speaking
economy.
of
Speaking of
economy.
the economy.
So speaking to economy, consumerism can boost the self and encourage the shopper to buy more and more, so it can have economy to develop, and it is beneficial to to sellers and businesses. But regarding consumers, consumerism, like
Consumerism, những âm hai nha. Consumerism.
Consumerism is quite bad for them, because whenever shopper have money, so they spend a large proportion of their money to buy what they want, and also think about like environment. The more people buy, the more trash they will throw out to the environment. So yeah, it can cause like pollution. So as a result, the living environments, living habitats will be worse and worse day by day.
All right, so not yet. Let's do one more. It's okay. It's life. It's life of an IELTS student. Let's do 49 now. Describe a loving person that you know. So what do you know about the word loving? Loving means they show a lot of love to the others. Hay thể hiện tình cảm với người khác. Còn cái từ lovely, cái từ lovely là bản chất của họ là dễ thương. Nó khác với từ loving nha. Loving means like someone who often show affection, show love to the others. But lovely describe the nature of that person. They are very lovely. People just want to love them. Describe a loving person that you know. Miêu tả một cái người mà hay thể hiện tình cảm. Mọi người rất là hay thể hiện tình cảm, yêu đương mà các bạn biết. You should say who this person is. Người là ai vậy? How long have you known this person? Why this person is loving? Why is this person loving? How do you like this person? You have some time now. Alright, please describe a loving person that you know.
So, I would like to talk about
Có
my
cách nào khác
father.
nào ngoài I would like to không? Is there another way to say it? Besides from I would like to, you know.
I'd love to.
Okay, please.
Yeah, I desire to talk about my father, who is a loving person that I ever know. Although, usually men are likely to hide their emotion or affection to others, and the ways they express their emotion is quite subtle. But however, my father is different. He always expressed his affection to others, especially my family members. For example, when we come to public places like park or weddings or something like that, my father is willing to give my mother a kiss or a hug, a big hug. So it can maybe make people like feel like shy, but for me it's so like impressive and I like and I like the way my father do that because you know it can encourage me to like express my feeling and not hide the my emotion inside. So it's quite inspiring me to express what I like, what I feel. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good enough. Alright, good enough for today. Good. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn có thể được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.